Tentacle Tech origin story. How tech became Tentacle. Alright, let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. So, to begin, you really can't talk about tech without Birdee. Okay, so the beginning of this presentation is all about my love story with Birdee. Okay, so to begin, we met on Neopets. Tech was a lonely little boy. Okay, a lonely little boy whose parents were a little preoccupied, and whose brother was a little wild. And Tech spent a lot of time by himself playing with Legos, things like that, okay? And so one day, Tech got a computer, and Tech discovered this website called Neopets, okay? Where you, took care of a little pet. It's sort of like Tamagotchi, but, online, and, this is an example of one of the Neopets. And there were chat boards on this Neopet site, and it was very kid-friendly, they moderated very heavily, you couldn't say curse words and things like that. And so I met this girl on one of those chat boards whose name was Jade. Well, okay, so actually I think her username was something like Vampress13, okay? We really connected and liked talking with each other. So then we neo-mailed each other, okay? And when you neo-mail each other, that's serious business, okay? And we started talking all the time on Neopets. And then something happened where I don't know, we went back to school after summertime or whatever, and we stopped talking as much. And then we came back a little while later, and we were both like, hey, I kind of really miss you. And Birdee was like, you should get on Yahoo Instant Messenger, because I'm on there more, and it's easier to chat on there. There's less moderation options. We would do this thing on Neopets where we would pretend to flirt with each other. We'd say naughty things to each other, and then we'd be like, ha ha ha, wasn't that so funny? But we both really liked it, and we're both getting really turned on. What is the definition of naughty at this age? That's a good question. The definition of naughty at this age, I think, is probably worse than you think. But anyway, so yeah, this was when I was 8 to 10, by the way, 8 to 10 years old, okay? So anyway, so then we got on Yahoo Instant Messenger, and we would talk all the time on Yahoo Instant Messenger. And then one time I was going camping. Birdee was like, "Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to talk to you. That's sad." And she was like, "What if I gave you my phone number?" And I was like, "Okay." So she gave me her phone number, and I was too nervous to text her the entire time I was on my camping trip. I was too scared. So I get back, and she's like, "Hey, Mr. Never Texts Me." And I was like, "I'm sorry." So then I texted her, and she got my phone number. And then from then on, we started talking on the phone all the time. We would fall asleep on the phone together all the time. It was just classic long distance relationship, right? And so then after about 3 years of we started Skyping and things like that, but after about 3 years of our relationship, we met for the first time, okay? And the reason why we met is because Birdee had an aunt serendipitously in California, and her family came out to visit that aunt. And so I was like, all right, we gotta meet. The awkward part about that was that I had told my parents that we had met originally at school, and then she had moved away and we had reconnected, but in reality we had never actually met. And so in actually meeting her and her parents for the first time, I had to actually tell them that, and that was a super awkward conversation, but it was okay. So we drove out, and we met each other's families all at once, and we had it was my first kiss, and then it was mine and Birdee's first kiss, if that makes sense. And we went to an Olive Garden. Our families all went to an Olive Garden, and Birdee and I kissed for the first time outside of Olive Garden. And there was a point, there was a really silly situation where we were laying outside of the place that her aunt was, in the grass together, and Birdee reached for my shirt And, like, I think that she was just, like, putting her hand on my chest or something. But I got nervous. I was wearing a button-up at the time. I got nervous, and I thought that she was trying to, like, unbutton my shirt. And I was like, no, don't unbutton my shirt. Like, I'm not ready. And she was like, I wasn't trying to unbutton your shirt, but okay. So she still teases me for that to this day. So anyway. So yeah, so that happened. So we met for the first time 3 years into our relationship. And then something really amazing happened where her dad, this is her dad, by the way, this is Jimmy, my father-in-law. Her dad serendipitously moved out here for school. He got like a really, really big scholarship where they were literally like paying him to come out and go to this school. And so when they moved out here, the whole family moved out here, from then on, it was just like we were just living back and forth at each other's houses. Like, I would drive down there and I would stay a few days at her house, and then like I would take her back to my parents' house, and we just like went back and forth like that and basically lived at each other's houses. And I was all nervous. About like talking to my parents about moving in together. And then one day, my mom was like, we were talking about plans of like moving out, and she was like, yeah, so like you and Birdee will like move in together, you'll go off to college. And I was like, oh great, well I guess then we don't even have to worry about this. This is fantastic. So Birdee and I moved in for the first time together for college. We moved out to Fullerton. I went to Cal State Fullerton for college. And we moved in together. This is a picture of our first ever little apartment place. And we had like our little futon and our little Totoro pillows and our little lamps. And then you can see that Pyro's art is actually up on the wall. You can see that there's the Zelda painting that Pyro did, and also her abstract painting that she did for me. So yeah, so Pyro did both of those. This was our first ever place. And overall, school was actually a pretty terrible experience for me. I basically, like, what started happening was that I started actually falling out of love with theater, which is crazy because, like, I've grown up in theater all my life. Like, I'm still to this day, like, incredibly passionate about theater. And I realized that school was sort of like killing my passion for theater because essentially, like, there were a couple of problems. One, they were trying to like quantify my art, which really bothered me. And then two, they were, the school that I happened to go to was very pretentious. Like, they said things like, we don't do that here, a lot. And it was really heckin' hard for me. And so, but that being said, there were things about the experience that were really cool. I did some cool stuff. So I want to show you one of those cool things now. Keep in mind, it's very theatrical, okay? So like, it might seem a little weird, okay? But just you know, just go with it, all right? Sink in, all right? We're gonna watch a little video. This is a video that was taken of me in my voice and movement class, year 2 of my voice and movement class, okay? I made that mask, by the way. Birdee like laid that stuff on top of me. It was like plaster. She laid that plaster on top of me, and like we made that mask. We always wore all black in our voice and movement classes. And I don't know if y'all can hear it. I'm gonna like, okay, it's already all turned up all the way. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but there's a whole lot of breathing going on. Breath was like a really, really important part of this exercise. There's very little sound. It's very, very like soft breathing. There's one part where there is sound that you should be able to hear. So the sort of like concept behind this was that and I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but basically I was trying to like physically emulate sort of like the like building tension and release of volcanoes and like clouds and storms and like all that sort of thing. This was I do have Hobbit feet. Oh, okay, listen. So now I'm starting to vocalize a little bit. It started with just breath, now it's moving into a little bit of vocalization. Did you or did you not enjoy this class? I really liked voice and movement. I ran into some issues with it in the second year, but I did really like voice and movement. It almost has a vibe of like Birth to me, which I think is really cool. Only class you got excited for the first year? That sounds right, yeah. I mean, my directing teacher was amazing. No one else did this like me. Like, I was the only... and the truth is I actually did this assignment the best. Everyone else, like, did not engage in this assignment at all. Like, they just threw, like, random words in their monologue into their thing. Here we go. Here's where I actually talk. Look at my sideburns. Look at my heckin' chops.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed, a certain aim he took, at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votress passed on in maiden meditation fancy-free. Thank you.
Okay, so that's a monologue from Midsummer Night's Dream, and one of the things that I got as feedback after I did that presentation is she said, like, there was such, like, amazing, like, physicality and, like, what you were doing on the floor, and, like, it was all this whole exercise was meant to sort of, like, thrust you into the monologue, and then, like, all of that physicality, like, went down the drain when you actually started doing the monologue. And I, like, watching it back now, I totally agree. Like, it was just like, hi, I'm Tech, you know? Anyway, all right. So, here we go. So, eventually, I decided that school was not for me. I was falling out of love with theater, and I needed to make a big change in my life. And so eventually Birdee and I decided to move to Kentucky. You can see here my mom and dad. My mom deathly nervous here that I'm about to drive across the entire country. She's so scared. She's so heckin' scared right now. But anyway, so what happened was there was like a situation where basically there was an opportunity where like Birdee's aunt was like passing away, and like there was a possibility that like we might inherit her house if we helped to like take care of her during her final days, but like none of that actually ended up happening. But all the same, Birdee and I like realized that we really weren't that happy. I need to put music back on. Realized that we really weren't that happy in California, and like the cost of living was insane, and Birdee had family in Kentucky. And so like in a very sort of like fateful decision, like in one of the most impulsive decisions we've ever made, we just decided to get up and move to Kentucky. Like we really just sort of we really just like we broke our lease. We like really didn't think about consequences. We just up and moved to heckin' Kentucky, and I drove across the entire country to do it. So then, and it's been a wonderful decision. Like the nature is absolutely beautiful here. I found a job at a life insurance company that has been really good to me, and Birdee has been able to do some really amazing like healing work for herself. So then, on November 23rd, 2019, Birdee and I got married. I proposed to Birdee exactly 1 year before on our anniversary. So the anniversary that we got together is sort of a funny story, because what happened was I was talking to Birdee on the phone one time during our long-distance relationship. This was on Thanksgiving one year. And every time my brother would walk into the room, I would, like, clam up because I was too embarrassed to talk in front of him. And he was like, dude, like, you can talk, it's fine. And I was like, no, you talk. And he was like, don't put me on the phone, I'll embarrass you. And I was like, no, you won't, whatever, do it. So I hand him the phone, and basically, throughout the course of the conversation, my brother Daniel ends up asking out my now wife for me. And so to this day, we still celebrate our anniversary as the day that Daniel asked out my now wife for me. So exactly a year before we got married, I proposed to Birdee at this, like, Airbnb that I had taken her to for our anniversary. And I proposed to her, like, in front of a fire that we couldn't get lit. Like, she was, like, squirting, like, petrol on it the entire time in order to keep the flame ablaze. And so I proposed to her, and she cried a little bit. It was super cute. And then we had our wedding in my parents' backyard. She won't let me show pictures of her on stream, so instead I'm showing you everything but. So the picture on the upper left is me and my parents, my mom and dad. And then the picture upper middle is me and my brother together, that's Daniel. And then the picture on the right is me and Jimmy. And so are the other two pictures on the bottom, just because, you know, those are heckin' gold pictures. Those are heckin' awesome pictures. So yeah, so anyway. Alright, so that is the origin story of Birdee. But there's more to tell, ladies and gentlemen. There's more to tell, because then there's the streaming story, okay? And so we're gonna go back in time one more time to when Tech was about, I don't know, 16. I don't know how old exactly, but young Tech was struggling with job hunting, okay? You can see here, this is actually my next door neighbor. Wait, can I do this? No, I can't do that. Can I do, do I do this? Ah, there we go. Okay, so this was actually my next door neighbor who was like my best friend for years and years and years. His name was Hadrian, okay? Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, okay, alright. Birdee is allowing me to show her dress. This is a rare opportunity, y'all. This is a rare opportunity. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all Birdee's dress. This is Birdee's dress. And that is Birdee in the dress, by the way. So I hope that y'all feel honored. Birdee never shows pictures of herself. Also, your hair looks fantastic in that, Birdee. Okay. So yeah, so this is my next door neighbor, and we were like best friends for like years and years and years. And anyway, so I was having a super hard time job hunting. The world just seemed like too big, and I didn't feel like I could like get my foot in the door anywhere. But that being said, I was playing a whole lot of Hearthstone, okay? A whole lot, like hours every day of Hearthstone, okay? And through Hearthstone, I discovered something called Twitch, okay? So I found the like Hearthstone World Tournament, and I started watching the Hearthstone World Tournament on Twitch, okay? And this was the year that Firebat won, if we have any like OG Hearthstone fans in here. And through, like, when the Hearthstone tournament was over, I was like, oh man, I kind of actually enjoy watching people play Hearthstone. I want to watch some more people play Hearthstone. And so through that journey, I discovered a streamer named Dear Nadia. And to this day, I consider Dear Nadia to sort of be my, like, streaming inspiration and, like the person that originally inspired me to start streaming. I love Dear Nadia. I think that she's amazing. She doesn't stream as much anymore, and she definitely doesn't stream Hearthstone, but like I watched like every stream of hers. Like I loved Dear Nadia. I was a huge fan. And so one day, my mom was, you know, caught me watching Dear Nadia, and she was like, you know, why don't you do that? Why don't you try this? And I was like, one does not simply stream, mother, okay? And she was like, well, yeah, but like, you're already you're already putting in all sorts of effort into, you know, like playing Hearthstone for hours every day. So, like, why not do it? And if nothing happens, then, like, you haven't really lost anything. But if something does happen, then it's cool. And I was like, that's a fair point. But I knew that if I was going to, like, if I was going to stream, I needed to make it special, okay? It couldn't just be like everybody else's stream. It needed to be special. And so I knew that there was a gentleman who it had always been said that me and him had a special dynamic, that we were just like electric when we were together. And so I reached out to Snake, okay? Snake was a gentleman that I had met from high school, and we had our first ever business meeting at a Panera Bread in Lancaster, where I grew up. And we talked about building a duo stream where we would stream together. And thus Snake Tech was born. And so we streamed together for 3 long years. We streamed together and we grew together. We started out playing Hearthstone together, and then we moved on to a game called Clash of Clans, which is a mobile game. And Clash of Clans really gave us, like, quite a big start. Like, we developed quite a following through Clash of Clans. And then eventually Clash of Clans died out as a game on Twitch. And so then from there we sort of experimented with lots and lots of different games. I played Splatoon quite a lot on stream. We played Portal 2 together at one point. Snake played a lot of Fortnite on stream. And we got so into streaming, in fact, that, like, between the two of us, we were streaming like 40 hours a week together. Like I would stream like 20 hours, Snake would stream like 20 hours, sometimes we would stream together, but like we started streaming like solo more and more on Snake Tech, but solo streams. And hold on, I have to remember. I think we're gonna start with this. So this is a list of clips of the Snake Tech channel, just to share some heckin' memories with y'all. And yeah. So we're just gonna like reminisce about some Snake Tech clips real quick, okay? So hold on one second here. What you get? This is Tech Bars. Bars and Respin. Yo, Epic Fail Man, you are the man because you can, and we're playing Doki Doki and getting freaked out by Monica cause she is a moniker of something scary. I don't know what moniker means, but yeah, bars. All right, there's your bars, and then respin, and the respin doesn't matter. But anyway, yeah. So that was my attempt at what Snake does. It's not quite as put together, but you know, it's something. All right, what's the next one?
I'm a stream hoe now.
Look at me. Look at
I will
this
forever be known as
mess.
the stream hoe.
I was still
Hi
stream
guys.
Hoe. This was me.
I'm a stream
this
hoe
was
now.
me discovering that I am
I'm
the
a stream
gigolo
hoe
of
now.
Twitch.
I will forever be known as the stream hoe. Hi guys. This is Tech, your resident stream hoe. Just looking for a little money for my pimp. I gotta pay her at the end of the week.
That's Birdee.
4% battery left. That's all right. Stream's almost over.
Yep. Birdee's my pimp, y'all. Exclamation point Birdcoin. All right, what's this one?
Snake, I'm stuck. Snake,
All right.
I can't get up. Snake.
This
Snake,
was a
I need
very
help.
common
Snake.
dynamic of
Snake,
Snake
come back to me.
Snake being way
Snake, I
better
follow
at the
you.
game than me,
Where are
and me
you?
struggling.
Bro,
but
how did
Snake
you
just
fall
sort
over
of
there?
like
Snake.
rushing
I can't.
ahead.
Bro,
I can't get up.
what do you mean?
Snake, I'm stuck.
I'm coming for you.
Snake.
Like, you can't make those jumps, bro?
No, I can't.
Okay, I come back for you.
Okay.
All right. So that's that one, and then what else we got? Oh, look! This
See,
is
like,
the
you can't-
origin of the Monica pose.
See, like, you can't really
Look
fit
at
all
it. This is when I
That's
use
the
my
that's the
green
Monica
screen, y'all.
pose.
Look
I
at
could do
these
it better if I
crazy
had more space and
overlays.
more like maneuverability. Okay, I'm gonna do push-ups now, okay, guys? I'm gonna do push-ups for you guys.
Watch how much of a mess
Hashtag
this is.
cam girl.
Listen to how
Have
like
Birdee take photo. Oh, that's a
I
good
was
idea.
such a hot
She probably
mess.
wouldn't do it though. She'd
That
probably
mic
be like,
quality.
no, that's not happening. Okay, hold on.
Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. All right, what else we got? Oh, this is a
Exactly
good
what
one.
it sounds like.
Whoa, wait.
What is butt chugging? What is butt chugging?
Exactly what it sounds like.
Chugging butt?
No. Chugging. What? What? Just get out. What do you mean?
It's exactly what it sounds like. It says exactly what it sounds like. No, that's not what it is, you idiot. That happened a lot. That happened way more than you might think.
I actually want to say it was in 2015.
Look at us. Look at
Damn,
us.
that's so
I'm in
long
my
ago now.
pajamas.
You can't help it, dude. Like, when this song comes
Someone should clip that. Like, we just literally synchronized as soon as it is both of us.
I just watched it.
Alright. Alright, and then what's this one? Look at this overlay!
Oh!
This was a really big
I'm
tip that
so
happened.
mad right now!
Oh my
no!
god.
No, she didn't!
Oh my god, dude.
She...
Holy
Look at my
crap.
chops, y'all.
Your girl is gonna be the most OP person in this chat. She's going to have...
Alright. What else we got? Last one, here we go.
Straight is real!
Oh, this was like a good old-fashioned hype
Birdee
train.
of the little variety.
Cheering.
The roll call to start off the stream. Coming out of the moderator corner is a legendary little goddamn birdie. Mr. Crip leader, Mia Beam. Tiny shout out. Darth motherfucking Burt coming into the first viewers. Emperor Fun. I am Contra Girl Jimmy B. 11 goddamn 100. Crip Diva.
All right, so that is good old original Snake Tech for you. That's what it looked like back in the day. All right, moving on. So eventually, Snake and I realized that we had very different ideas of like what streaming was to us, and like that was okay. It's just that like in terms of us working together, it was causing a lot of problems. And so like we decided that for the sake of our friendship, well, I guess I should say I decided that for like the sake of our friendship, it was better for me to like go off on my own rather than continue to like try to make this work. I'm so sad the SOS toilet paper clip isn't there anymore. Yeah, me too. I decided that like it would be better to like go off on my own and sort of like, you know, do what I wanted to do with stream and let Snake do what he wanted to do with stream. And so I decided to start Tentacle Tech. And when I decided to start Tentacle Tech, I wanted to sort of like start it out right. And that meant taking like everything that I had learned from Snake Tech and incorporating it into Tentacle Tech. So like when I started out Tentacle Tech, I like went through the trouble. I need music back. I went through the trouble of making like a target viewer, like somebody like the exact type of audience member that like I wanted to attract. And then like building a username like based and a brand based on that like target community, like the type of community that I wanted to sort of like build and cultivate. And so I was trying to come up with a name. I knew that I wanted sort of like an anime and like a tentacle-y theme, right? And I was trying to come up with a name. I knew I wanted Tech in there because everyone knew me as Tech, but I didn't know how I wanted to complete it. And Birdee, as a joke, like threw out like, "What about Tentacle Tech?" And I was like, "That's it." And she was like, "No, I was kidding." So Tentacle Tech was born to this day. Birdee absolutely hates it, but but it's what it is. So yeah, so I built Tentacle Tech. I started out playing Splatoon. Here's another little clip for y'all. This one has like fancy editing in it too. Oh wait, I need music.
I like how gentlemanly
This
this
is
teammate
Tech.
is. Hey, wait for me. I'm coming. I can keep up too. No, wait, hold on. I can keep up. I can. I'm not a failure. Wait.
He's not good at
Oh god.
games.
Oh god. I have 8. Come here. No sniper. Sniper, no sniping. 10. I have 10. I have the football. I have the football. I repeat, I have the football. I am throwing the football at the thing. I missed. I have missed.
that great?
Negative. I need one more shot. One more shot. It's going down. Grab it. Throw it. Shatter it. Oh, we did it, boys. The crowd goes wild.
That
Okay,
was me
alright,
back
insist.
in the beginning of Snake
I like how-
Tech, playing Splatoon, which we don't play here very often anymore, but it just seemed like the perfect tentacly game to start out streaming with, you know? And so then, like, throughout the process of being on Tentacle Tech, I went through a lot of burnout. Like, it got so regular that, like, one of my friends wrote me and was like, dude, your burnouts are getting so regular that I can, like, literally predict when they're gonna happen. It's like, oh, 3 months is up, time for Tech to burn out and take a big break again. And, like, it was really bad. Like, so bad, in fact, that I, at one point, got super close to, like, deleting everything. Like, deleting my stream, deleting my Discord, just deleting absolutely everything. And it was actually right before I got married that this happened. And so I took like a pretty long break, like a few months I took as a break. And during that few months I had what's the word I'm looking for? What I ostentatiously refer to as my renaissance, okay? And what happened during my renaissance is that Birdee gave me sort of like a fundamental mind shift. That basically what the issue was that I had always had confidence in my personality, but I had never had confidence in my looks because my brother is sort of like stereotypically attractive and sort of like universally attractive in that way. And so, like, there were literally times where, like, a girl would see a picture of my brother and she'd be like, that's your brother? And I'm like, yeah. And they'd be like, but he's so hot. Or like one time I remember I told this girl that I had a girlfriend and she was like, you have a girlfriend? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, is she ugly? And I was like, what the fuck? And she was like, well, sorry, it's the best you could do. So I had a lot of, I didn't realize how much I sort of like hated my looks, and I didn't realize that when I always thought like it's fine if I don't like my looks because I like my personality and I can just, you know, not be happy with my looks. But I didn't realize that when you really sort of like hate a part of yourself like that, it seeps into sort of everything that you do. And like seeps into all parts of you. Like you can't like selectively hate. And so Birdee helped me realize that like I could be beautiful in a different way. There was this sort of like really big shift that happened for me where I realized that my beauty was a different beauty, but that it was just as valid. And so it changed everything for me. And sort of like made me feel like a completely different person. And so when that happened, I decided to come back to streaming. And I haven't burned out since. Like, it's been really great. I've been loving streaming ever since. And like, sure, like I'll have hard days. But I've just been really loving streaming ever since. And the rest, as they say, ladies and gentlemen, is history. So that is my origin story tech talk. I hope that y'all enjoyed it. If you did, please clap it up. If you're watching this over on YouTube, please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know, turn on the little bell notification. You know what they say on YouTube, all the things. Yeah. So that's me. That's me. Does anybody have any questions? Thank you all so much for the applause. I really appreciate it. Thanks.